Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I hope you had a beautiful Thursday, and as always, I my honor to tell you that Thursday is Greyhound Night in Hell Let Loose, which I'll be streaming on Green server tonight, and we are at Omaha Beach, and we are in 30 seconds. The map will reset. We will stream tonight from point of view of German side, which means the Germans will be blue and the Allied forces Americans will be red. Have a pleasant stay tonight, have a seat, enjoy the night, enjoy the fight, take something good to drink, to eat, some snack and enjoy. So deploying in, and we start on American side. Americans spawning in, and they're gonna do as always from the beginning, build the nodes. The squads that not building nodes will be ready in a trucks and on the way to borders before the warm up ends, so they are ready to roll. They are ready to roll to the next point. Let's check the map on which points we are for which points we are playing. So the midpoint is Verville-sur-Mer, which is exactly in the middle of the map. And then VN73 on the American side and Dog Green, which is on top corner of the map, and the Orchard and Les Isles on the German side, which is on the other side actually. First marks has been made from SLs and from the commander itself. So we saw a artillery mark, which is put behind the church, where will be maybe the main push of the Americans. And then you can see a lots of points made by SLs, which they put up to for the other teams, so they know which way they are going to Verville-sur-Mer to attack the point. Yeah, lots of the troops are already ready on the barrier and still have 30 seconds left, so it's cool. And they begin the first supply for the Germans. For garrison, supplies for garrison are up and they're going down even before the match even starts. That's good. Did Americans did something similar? Nope. Nope. All right, the match has started. The squads are moving in, and in a few seconds, maybe in a minute, we will see some first rockets, first shots, and the match will be completely started, and we will see who will take the initiative to cap the Vier-sur-Mer church. So as we can see, there's a first truck with 8 passengers. The Puma is going around trying to catch flankers. The first truck dropped first, 5 people and continue next to the next point. Is at first artillery falling down, and that was a kill over there. Yeah, that was a kill over there. So first kill of this match belongs to artillery. That was a very beautiful shot. First Germans are on the point. Left flank. They're trying to overrun the left flank as well. We could heard Lux over there, and Panzer IV is on the way as well. Right flank is tied for now. A few Germans, a few Americans, and middle is completely German. There is nobody from American side that would push the middle, which was fatal right now for the Americans, and Germans could easily start capturing the point itself. Yep. So it looks like the Germans will cap the point easily for the first time, and let's see if they're gonna hold it for themselves for the necessary amount of time, or even take another points like VN73 and make it 4-1 or maybe 5-0. Some bullets exchange on the right flank. Yeah, the players are just trying to find out which way the opponent is coming. So they're just like sneaking around to go door by door, house by house, both of the sides, the American and the Germans as well. Germans actually trying to do a white flank over the right side. They're even on the edge of the village down there. 2 squads is defending the point. Now the Americans actually flood the gardens in front of the church, in front of the point. It's a massive load of enemies trying to push into that point and take it off from Germans. The left flank is actually under German control for now. The Americans try to flank them even more from the left side, as we could see a few seconds ago. The Panzer IV from Germans destroyed the American Stuart over here with ease, because the Stuart didn't know about them. The Panzer IV actually took a few hits, maybe one hit from the AT guy. No, that's a Lux. That's Panzer IV. Okay, that's a Lux. Sorry about that. Panzer IV is here. That's the tank that destroyed the Stuart. So the Lux is hurt by a rocket, I think, when he was next to that building over there. There were some rockets aiming his way, and he actually didn't get penetrated by all of them, but only one. Yeah, defending forces start to be overrun by the American attacking forces, and thanks to it, the Americans actually start capping the point, capping it for themselves, which means the Germans need to tighten up the defense line over here for not to let the Americans in. Also on the right flank, the Germans have issues with Americans, and thanks to OPs, let's see, oh yeah, thanks to these 2 OPs, they actually hold up the right flank, because they were able to spawn quickly, spawn on both sides, not just on the one side, and take the enemy into the crossfire, which was actually a very good idea. So the right flank is now coming slowly into the German hands. We have a one strangler over here. The BWCC, Mr. Orange, just got around the machine gun patrol all above the bunker. It looks like he's tried to find a spawn if the Germans have a garrison over there, and actually they do, but not behind the radar, but in front of the radar. We will see if the well, who knows, maybe the machine gunner will notice him and kill him. The Americans actually starting to push more from the right side of the point, because on the left side is the Panzer IV, which is shooting HE rounds into the American push. Americans actually trying to use smokes, which is clever, and that's why they have the smokes, so they can push through the smokes, and the Panzer can't see him, or even the infantry that's defending the church. Another artillery coming onto the church, thanks to the OPs on the church. There were a beautiful spawn of defenders, which was actually needed because there was 3 left only, and the Germans can, thanks to it, defend for a longer time. They again denied the decapping situation from the American side, and they're still trying to hold the midpoint. Let's look on the left side, which is actually attacking side for the WN-73 for now. And the Americans actually holding the sides with buildings, the side of the village, and Germans trying to slowly push through it. So they can open another front in front of WN-73. Right flank, actually, Germans on the right flank actually pushing through. Let's see on the map. They are even behind enemy lines, far behind enemy lines, which is awesome. And as we can see, there was a marked tank. There was a Mark 76. Oh yeah. And it was destroyed. That's a GG for Germans. First 76 that's were on the battlefield and were destroyed by infantry. Good job. Yeah, the American artillery is still trying to shell the point to help the American infantry push inside. But now it looks like the Germans actually managed to withstand the American pushes and actually push them back a little. So this is actually good for the Germans right now. And as we can see, we have even a first Tiger coming onto the scene, and it's BWR that's occupying this Tiger, and the shells from the artillery is still bombing the midpoint. Let's see the left side. Yeah, the Germans actually ducked into the left side and pushed the Americans a bit into their lines, and still trying to push them out of the buildings, out of the edge of the village, so they can open the attacking line on WN73. But the Americans is not give upping their attack on the midpoint, which is good. They need to make a big pressure. They need to make a big pressure onto the mid lane, onto the midpoint, so the Germans try to call reinforcements for the defensive force. But at the moment, it's actually not working for the Americans. This still the one struggle. Yes, it's still BWCC Mr. Orange, who's doing his alone job behind enemy lines. Definitely destroyed the garrison. Oh no, he did not. He left it there, which is maybe a tactical move, so they didn't notice him that he's behind them. Yep, the right flank is totally being wiped by the Americans, so Germans actually losing the right flank a bit. Mr. Orange now found the OP, and he's been wiped. He's been wiped by Totem from Krieg, Czechoslovakian clan. So the Czechoslovakian clan Krieg just saved their OP, and can still be pushing from the right flank of the map. Yeah, it looks like most of the attacking force from the American side has been wiped out in the middle. There's a few left right in front of the point. Americans have definitely an OP behind this tree over here. Yes, it is an OP, so they're trying to spawning here, but they falling back from that position and pushing to the right, not to the point but into the right, which is interesting. We had another explosion far away over here where BSBs are, and it was another tank. It was medium Sherman, and we have another Sherman 76 with which is occupied by PZJR. That's Poland. That's a Poland clan. It's 76, and he's trying to help the left flank to hold their line. And that was a beautiful explosion, and Panzer IV has been deleted. Yep, 76 just killed the Panzer IV on the left side, on the left flank. And we have another American tank. It's a Stuart that is hiding behind the bushes, behind the tree over here, and trying to help the infantry to push back into their attacking lines when they were in the beginning of this match. The 76 is slowly pushing forward as well. Yeah, the Americans totally attacking the midpoint just from the right side because of the tanks over here. Yeah, the Tiger's being repaired by his crew. That was a 2 shots into the wall behind him. Looks like there was an AT guy that's trying to chase them down, and Americans actually pushed inside the point. They are behind the church for now, which is not good for the Germans. Germans trying to spawn in and still maintain the defensive line. We have PZJRs from Poland, AT guy, minimal. He's inside the church right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he's inside the church and trying to get inside and up into the tower. But he's followed by the PZR Emperor. He's following him, and he found him and he shuts him down. Yeah, that was a clan on clan. That was a teammate. That was a friend on friend, right here. That was two friends from one clan, but both of them chose the other side this match, so they're playing against each other, and they killed themselves. Yep, the Americans still have lots of spawns on the right side of the point, so they're still maintaining the pressure onto the church, which is good for them. They need this pressure. The 76 actually got inside the German lines. And yep, this is a tank battle. 76 against the Tiger. Both shots missed. 76 missed. Tiger missed. The 76 shot first, so she's gonna load first, and that was both hits. Yes, that was a both hits. Both penetrates. 76 penetrates. Tiger penetrates. Tiger penetrates one more. The first was not a hull damage, but then tower damage. Yep. That's why the 76 survived the second shot, and Tiger did not. He got both the shots from the 76 with motor bay, and that's kill. That's a kill for the 76 on the American side. So it's another heavy tank that's been destroyed on this match. But actually on the German side, German Tiger, the right flank is still under heavy pressure on both sides. The Germans actually trying to push through. What do we get here? It's an Emperor from PZJR Polish. He's trying to help release the stress, release the pressure from the right side. This IT guy, it's minimal again, and minimal from PZGR is retaliating for his death before and killing the Emperor from PZGR. That was a retaliation shot. That was a retaliation kill. The Germans actually don't have many defenders right now. It's like one squad defending the midpoint, so the Americans have now a good chance to push in, but another defending squad is trying to push inside the point. This match actually looks very nice. You can see that it's very good balance today, and actually the teams need to bring up some good strategy for Germans. It's a strategy how to take another point and maintain the point they have right now, and for Americans is it right now to bring a good strategy how to push into the middle point, into the Verville-sur-Mer, and take it into their control. And this looks very interesting back here on the right flank, because that's another Tiger that pushed all around the edge of the map, and he found himself with the 76. That's a one shot by the Tiger into the 76. 80 guy tried to hit the Tiger, but he's actually his armor was on the side, so he didn't penetrate, and the Tiger easily killed that 76. So he retaliate for his friend, for their friend crew before, who's occupying this Tiger, and it's 38 clan. They're occupying this Tiger, and they're trying to help the Greek clan push here on the right flank. Actually, I have a OPs here. Oh yeah, they do. Gotcha, Totem to haha, Dawn. All of them are pushing from the right flank with the Tiger. We actually have a Revis 80 guy all the way on the right side over here. It's a strangle. Yeah, he now noticed the tank over there, so he's actually raiding it to his commander, and the Revis has been killed by the Taurus clan Cowboy and Bot Jury. And the Krieg with the Tiger still holding the right flank and slowly pushing more and more into the Americans' defensive line. So let's check for now the midpoint, which is still under pressure of the Americans, and not only the Americans, the artillery is shooting into the point once more. The Puma has come to help defending the point, and the Germans still holding up. Even German artillery is shooting defensive shells on the right flank from where the Americans pushing. And what's doing our left flank? Yep, the left flank has been totally wiped out. So the left flank is now under German control, and the Germans trying to open an attacking line on the left side of the map to WN73. The Americans actually have the tank over here for support, and it's 73. It's a 76. It's the 76, and it's occupied by 3rd IRD. And they will be trying to help the defensive defend the access point to the WN73, the access point from the left side, the main access point through the open field. So as we can see, the pressure onto the midpoint certainly slowed down. The Germans actually pushed out the Americans out of the point itself, and even out of their attacking positions for now. But they still have a few forces in here, and they're still trying to find a way how to push inside into the point. So Krieg is back here again, back from the satellite, back from the radio tower. So it means one thing, and that is that the spawn of theirs were destroyed over here, and we can see also that the Tiger has been destroyed over here. So they need to retake their position once more. So they need to push from the village once again and try to do their flank once more. Revis is trying to push far onto the border of the map, and he's trying to go a longer way around, but maybe safer. And the Americans still not give up hope of taking the midpoint, and still trying to push there from the right side, which actually this Puma have under control right now, and actually make it a bit harder for Americans to push from the right side again. It looks like major American forces is holding on these crossroads in these buildings, and they are trying to push from there. 76 just exploded. Yeah, it was the 76 that was helping defending the access route to WN 73, and the Germans can now push into the infantry without to be worried to be killed by the tank. So it's much easier for the German infantry right now to push there. The major forces that's from the American side that has been held on these crossroads actually has did a split, and half of them pushed to the left side, come back into the compound over here, and they're trying to retake their position so they can attack the point from another direction, which is a clever idea. To push from more than one direction, because then it's harder for the defensive forces to maintain the point under their in their hands. But Germans have spawns over here as well, OPs and such, so they can respawn quickly over here and try to defend this access route to midpoint to Verville. Yeah, it looks like the right flank has been totally in Germans' hands for now. So the Americans have now only two ways how to get into the midpoint, and that's the straight way in the middle and from the left side, which they're trying to obtain for themselves. But for now, it's just the middle route, the main road. Another Tiger coming in. And it's the 38s which were killed on the beach. They're coming in, they're coming to aid on the left flank. And actually there is another tank, and that looks like the medium Sherman, and it is the medium Sherman. And who's gonna who first? I think they are two down. They are beneath the Tiger, so the Tiger don't see them. Even the tank commander can't see them, and it's true. Yeah, he can't see them because they had bushes in front of them, and that tree over here, and also a dead Sherman over here. So they don't see. There's no way they could see that Sherman on that road. But thanks to they have luck. It's a medium tank, which will be for the medium tank for the Sherman. It's really hard to train a Tiger from the front. So the Tiger have some upper hand over here. And this bombing run has been made by the Germans, and it was a beautiful bombing run. It actually wiped a few forces behind here, and another 76 has been destroyed over here. So the tanks dropping like flies tonight, and another tank has been destroyed. This doesn't look good for the Americans from their support tank for their tank crews, because they're really dropping quickly. They're dropping like flies. Another tank. We have a Stuart on the left side of this tank. It's a Greek tank. Greek occupying this Tiger, and the Tiger is on the hunt. The Tiger is on the hunt. He's trying to catch the Stuart, but the Stuart is still pushing, and he just rammed this ram over here, and first bazooka has been delivered. Second bazooka has been delivered. That's actually took with him even the tank commander, and Masuda from 3rd IRD clan, which is a tanker, is still here. He's hiding. He's patching himself up, and he's been dead. He's been killed. So another tank on the American side has been wiped out from the map, from the from this play. Well, that was 3 tanks in a very short time. That's actually really not good for Americans. But on the other hand, the infantry actually doing a pretty good job with the defending of this first road over here. They did a good job of the pressure onto the midpoint, which actually, thanks to the tanks that were coming into the battlefields, has been the German tanks actually holding up very long in the battlefields. So yeah, thanks to the tank support, they need to be the Americans have to fall back. But if we cross out the tanks, the American infantry actually doing a pretty good job. Right. The tanks not so good, not so well. As we could see, the push of that Stuart, that was totally. I don't even know why the Stuart tried to do this push. It was a reckless move. I think it was unnecessary. So that was actually, they just took the tank in the German hands with the words, "Take me, take the points, take the tank, it's yours." Greeks occupying this Tiger, and they're trying to help with the push over here, which is actually helping the Germans crossing the open fields over here and pushing and start to push onto the WN-73. They're starting to open the main attacking point in front of the WN-73, which is necessary for the Germans to get another point. That was an explosion. Yeah, that was a mine. That was actually a mine because the tank is on the edge of the map. AT gun has been destroyed by the tank. And as we can see right now, the defensive forces on the midpoint have a bit ease right now. They can replenish their stamina, their focus for now, and prepare for another wave of American attackers, because Americans actually retake the position in the middle of the village. They can start with the attack once more. But as we can see, the WN-73 has been captured, starting to be captured, because, as we were saying, the main road, the main attacking road onto the WN-73 has been opened by the Germans, and the Germans are now actually pushing into the point mercilessly. And they're trying to run into the point as fast as they can, so they could start, so they could cap the point. Actually, there have been 50% in the cap, and even from the soft cap, which means a long time there has been no defensive forces from WN-73. So these guys that we're seeing here right now actually just spawned in to stop the cap. But it's actually not enough forces even now from the soft cap. The Americans still capping the point. I'm sorry, the Germans still capping the point, not the Americans. Germans. My bad. Yeah, the Tiger has now a defensive base and very good overwatch. But there is a 76 on his left side. Thanks to the infantry, they know about them, and the 76 knows about them, and that was the first shot that came through, and it's a hull damage. I think it's a hull damage. Yeah, it was also hull damage. Second round got through as well, and the Tiger is gone. Creek just lost their heavy tank, and their first shot actually was into the tower, into the mantle of the cannon, which actually maybe made that the 76 Sherman could survive even the second shot from them. And for now, the Americans actually saved the WN-73 and actually push lots of Germans a bit further back, and lots of Americans just spawn on WN-73. So we have at least two infantry squads defending the WN-73 and one tank squad, which for now is enough. And onto the midpoint, there is battle once more. The American actually pushed inside the hard cap. Two players push inside the hard cap. We can see engineer from BWR as data and BWCC Valhalla machine gunner, which they managed to push inside the midpoint. Something in the midpoint, maybe some garrison, some OPs, but thanks to it, there's no OP inside the midpoint. There's a garrison only over here, and not even behind. They actually don't have garrison behind the point itself. Oh yeah, they do now. They just build it. Okay. Actually, the Americans wiped out all of the defensive forces inside the hard cap, which mean now the Americans can start capping, because there's no Germans in the hard cap and they are only in the soft cap, and even the Americans are in the soft cap. So the Americans can now start capping the midpoint, which is not good for the Germans. They need to fall back as soon as possible. They need to replenish their defensive forces in the midpoint. The Puma is back on your menu and trying to help defending the right flank of the midpoint. And as we can see, there's actually nobody on the right flank right now. Check the map, and it is what it is. The right flank has been completely abandoned, even with the Americans. They not now just they're just now concentrating their infantry onto the midpoint and on the defensive line of the WN-73, which actually did a pretty good job. They actually pushed the infantry into the village, back into the village. There's only one squad left in this compound that's still holding up, and it's whose squad it is. It's 3rd IRD Catharsis and his troops that's still holding up in the attacking line, and the rest of the Germans has been pushed back. We have another tank, Panzerfoy, coming into the field. It's Creeks occupying by Creek. We have actually a few Americans that's pushed behind the midpoint itself. And as we can see, there has been a just spawn on the right flank, and it's UK Tazboil that's just spawned on the right flank, and Recon Double D's Harpers spawns onto the right flank, and I think they will try to retake the right flank from the radio tower. Yeah, Tahaha is already there with the supply truck, so yes, they will try to retake the right flank, and they will try to do the same thing as they did from the start. They will try to maintain as many pressure as possible from all sides, from all over the map. So the Americans actually need to divide their forces, because right now, since the pressure from the right flank has fall apart, they actually have lots of room to put everything they have into the main attack from the main line, and actually it's paying off for them right now. They're still decapping the midpoint. They're nearly 50% of on the decap, which for now it's 46 minutes till the end, and it looks like the Americans actually found a way to kept the midpoint. They have forces on also left behind the midpoint as well, which is not good for the Germans. And for now, it looks like the Germans gonna lose the midpoint, and they will have to take it back. They will have to find a way how to take it back from the Americans. And to be honest, 45 minutes till the end, we are nearly half match. We are nearly we have maybe more than a half match behind us, and that means that for lots of time of this match, the Germans hold up the midpoint, and it took nearly a half match for Americans to retake it under control. If the Americans actually gonna do the same good job as the Germans did, the Germans actually will have a pretty hard job to retake the point for themselves, and actually can cost them this match. Actually, I would love to have somebody from the squads over here, from the German sides, after the match for some question, because I would really like to know what happened that their defensive line totally crumbled and got wiped out, and the Americans got the chance to take the point. Actually, something that interests me right now, because they even got troops behind the point, and it's actually shown that it's behind on the left side, which means this has to happen when the Germans were pushing the WN-73. Yep, that was definitely a big run made by the Germans, and it was a miss. It was a miss. And that's a shame, because there was lots of troops in the orchard in front of the church, and that could wipe them out. But it was too early, or too much in front of the troops. We have a Tiger that's trying to help retake the midpoint. He's shooting into the gardens. It's 38. Toby is the commander of this Tiger. They're trying to help the German forces to take back the midpoint, take back the church. Yeah, the Germans actually trying to retake their position on the right flank as well, but the Americans know this will happen, and they still send their troops there as well. So they just need to hold up and wait for reinforcements. We have only 2 guys here left, and that's both of them are from Greek. It's Archibald with the MG, and it's Engineer Katsush 23. These 2 guys now only one that's holding up the tower, and also thanks to the troops too close to the garrison over here, nobody can spawn to help them. Archibald has been killed. Kotsosh is the last one over here. Waiki actually have a OP over here, but he got killed right away, and Kotsosh retaliate. And Kotsosh retaliate. Well, And that can be really hard now for the Germans. And as we can see on the middle, the Americans totally push the Germans out of the midpoint, and now it's battle over the stables behind the church. This will be a very hard for the Germans to push back into the midpoint, but they still try. Let's see what's happening on the map itself. We can see that there's like 3 squads far behind the enemy lines. Yeah, Charlie squad is a normal infantry squad. J infantry squad is up here. I don't know why. And this is a recon which trying to maybe do their job, trying to find the garrisons over here. Lots of them are marked over here, even with the tank. OP's marked in front of the river as well. You can see 3 garrisons over here. Only from 2 garrisons. Only the team is using actually only these 2 garrisons. I don't know why they don't use this one to attack as well from this side. Don't know. That needs to be told between the ourselves, between the users. Yeah, Puma arrived to help on the radio station, the radio tower, and there is the Totem and Archibald from Creek, and they're still trying to hold the Americans off. There actually is not many infantry, and the rest of the Creek, yes it is. They're trying to they're running back into the field to help their comrades to defend this radio tower. To be honest, I didn't see this one coming. The Americans actually, despite they lost lots of tanks in a very short time, the infantry squads are actually pretty good, because as you can see, another push has been made from the left flank, and at least one squad opened attacking way to orchards from the left side. The artillery is actually shooting on the orchard as well, and I don't know why, because there was an German soldier. He could tell his SL that the Americans actually pushing from here, and he actually did. Now the mark has been made from the Mike squad, and we have double D's that's attacking. It's Sergei Kasha, Love Lotion. Oh my god. Okay. And they actually opened the way onto the next point, which they're even started to cap. This is actually very interesting on this match, because as it looks like for at least half of the match, the Americans were totally pushed by the Germans, but now, since they're open their attack from behind to the midpoint, they're trying to do the same tactic as well onto the orchard, and it's actually paying off for now. Even though the Americans actually losing tanks pretty quickly, the infantry is doing a pretty damn good job over here. And the infantry, well, look what we got here. The Germans actually did something with the problem they had behind the church, and they killed the Americans and push back into the offensive of the midpoint. Yeah, they totally lost the right flank though, but they still try. And the left flank, I believe, has been actually now totally, yeah. Honestly don't know what still the Jake squad is doing up here. If I was a commander, I would be really upset with them to be far up here for so long time, when the rest of the squad's trying to actually attack the midpoint, and another trying to defend, because the Americans were starting to coming this way and starting to capping the orchards themselves. So the J squad should like ASAP move their asses back into the midpoint or into the defensive line. If they're up here, just okay, go around and try to push the enemies from the back, from behind the Verville. But it's actually not happening. And the defensive forces have actually problems with the Americans on the orchard. The Americans actually are far behind the orchard, and the Americans actually trying to attack the orchard from behind. That's a pretty bold move, to be honest. That's a pretty bold move. Looks very interesting over here. Defensive forces have problems. They have major problems on the orchard. They actually should tell the commander, tell the other SLs that they are in a pickle over here, because the Americans actually wiped out nearly everybody on the orchard, on the point itself, and thanks to this they're starting to cap another point. That's very interesting. As I had very big high hopes for the Germans this match from the beginning. They actually started to losing pretty quickly after they lost the midpoint. And we have a 76 over here from PCGR that wiped out the Tiger over here, and that means they have one tank over here. There's a second tank which is just the medium tank, but it's still the tank, and this looks pretty bad for the Germans. Yep, they should definitely fall back. Every single one of them should fall back into the defensive line right now and try to push the Americans out the orchard, because right now the Americans will cap the orchard if the Germans not going to do anything with it. And it was a supply truck that has been destroyed, and we can hear another tank. It's a Panzer IV. BWRs are inside the Panzer IV, and they are coming to aid to the orchards. This will be actually pretty hard for the Panzer IV, because they need to defend themselves against the infantry as well as against the 76 that can destroy them on one shot, and also the medium tank is still behind the orchard itself, so it's not a threat for now. Yeah, but it looks like the orchard will be lost, and the German just lost another point. That's too bad, because it looks pretty great for them from the beginning of this match. Let's see if something's changed, and it did actually. Pretty big vast of the Germans redeployed. We still have a few 3rd IRD guys over here, and I still don't know why. It's definitely the J squad. This will definitely be the J squad over here. What's going on over here? Yeah, somebody built a garrison over here. It's PZGR Polish guys, and the Haha just stopped with the Revis over here, and the 76 wiped out the Panzer IV. But Kotsosh put the satchel. Oh yes, he did. The 76 will blow into the sky in no time, because the Kotsosh put a satchel on it and they don't know it. That was a pretty nice move from the Kotsosh, made by the Kotsosh. And they're gone. That's a kill for Kotosh from Creek Clan Engineer. Very nice. And as I was saying, the orchard has been lost. The Americans take the orchard, and the Germans have now last point, which is over here, the ISO, which is not that far from the orchard itself. We go like over here on the isle. It's actually 200 meters away, which can mean only two things. It can be a pretty fast game right now. The Germans actually will steamroll. I'm sorry, the Americans actually will steamroll over the Germans, and they will take the isles. Or the Germans have actually now a pretty good chance just to rush in front, rush into the orchard, and try to take them back, because they have all forces over here. As the vast majority of the American forces as well. And we can see that there is another 76, which found the BSB drone, found it, and the machine gunner from 3rd IRD clan Clausura found that 76 over here. And that 76 is falling back for now. It's an American bombing round, which was ineffective bombing round. Yeah, it was set too far away, because all of the OPs and the garrison is over here, and this is actually not a good move by the Germans to have a garrison and 3 OPs right next to it. That's actually not good. That's not a good idea. One tank can wipe it all out, one man can wipe 3 OPs and the garrison out. That's not a good move. Is that a 76? No, it's not. It's Hades. It's the medium tank, which now helping to push with the main American forces into the last point. Let's check the map. Yeah, all of the forces are over here, and they're trying to retake the orchard. So we will see how it goes. As I was saying from the beginning, it looked that the Germans had the upper hand. The Germans really hold up a long time. The middle point, they even opened the attacking route to WN73, but time goes, and half of the match was gone. I think maybe the Germans were too full of themselves that they forgot to defending, and that's what was them the midpoint. And they totally stopped defending the orchard. There were like 2 squads. Even though there were 2 squads defending the orchard, there were 2 squads, but too late. And the Americans actually controlled the orchards when they opened the route to the orchards. They actually steamrolled the Germans. So the Germans have now pretty hard. They are in a pretty tight spot, and they need to redeem themselves from these mistakes that were made. As we can see, the main battles are right in the middle of Les Isles and the orchards themselves. Some shots has been made on the left flank, but the Americans actually pushed far into the right flank, and there was some explosion. Yeah, it was another truck that was destroyed by the 76 over here. I'm not sure why Lowcoat is shooting the rockets far over there. That's actually, I don't really know why they are doing it. Even Indy one is shooting the rockets into the orchards point. I don't know, maybe he tried to get some random kill. Yeah, maybe he is. I don't know. But we had the 280 guys over here, 76 over there. Two American squad pushing through the fields over here. And they actually need to focus on the defending on the right flank and not to shoot the rockets in the orchard into the flank. And there's a few major battles on the left flank itself. Also, the Americans actually pushing pretty well right now. As I was saying before, the infantry doing a magnificent job. Very good job. And also it looks like the tank crews actually warmed up enough and doing a good job. Doing a good job as well. The Germans actually pushed a little into the orchards and starting recapping the orchards for a bit amount of time. And I think they're trying pretty hard to redeem themselves from the mistakes that were made in this match. We have 25 minutes left to the end of this match, and we will see. Another rocket right into the orchard. It was actually good rocket, but a bit too early. One second. If he waited a second, 1 second more, he would got a few kills. And we can see that the enemy start to capping the aisle because there's one guy in the hard cap and nobody from the defenders. The old defenders are pushed forward, and this is a very big mistake. Very big mistake made by the Germans. It's 1-1 over here. BCGR versus BWR's Jimmy Page versus Demon Slayer, and the Demon Slayer has been killed. And the BWR's actually spawning, and it's 2 against 2 right now. Okay, 1-1. Oh, PCGR Emperor has been reloading his giver against the Garand. This is actually and the Germans actually won. I'm actually interested. How is it possible that even though there was a one guy inside the building, the second guy spawned onto him? I need to then take a look on the video itself after this match and check it, because it looks like there was one guy inside this building and the second guy spawned onto him, but maybe it was the rally, maybe it was behind this building. Yeah, that could be. Yeah. So that was a first try by the Americans to cap the ILS, and it was a bold move. And to be honest, lots of the Germans actually are wiped out over here. The pressure that they have been pushing 3 minutes ago is gone, and the Americans have now actually a free way onto the last point. Actually, even the left flank totally fall apart. The left flank fall apart as well. The Germans have nobody over here. Oh, they have a tank over here. Yeah, they're trying to find the satchel. Last man in the tank, and if they're satchel, they are dead, and they are satchel, and the Panzer IV is gone. Actually, what is going on here? Why they are fall for over here? Who is this? It's a Taha from the creek. Okay, so the Czech clan actually pushed this far away. honestly, I think they're trying to get behind. Yes, as all of these forces are trying to get behind the orchards. So all of the forces from the left flank just pushed and trying to run as fast as possible into the orchards from the front. But this actually opened the attacking opportunity for the Americans themselves, and they are actually pushing the isles very effectively. Are they capping? No, they're not. Come on, guys, let's move, let's move, let's move. Oh yeah, the 76 over here notices this push. They are actually hurt. They are damaged, so they are repairing themselves. But lots of the infantry actually push through. There is another tank, another 76 that is trying to push and help. And we have a Greek in the trefoil with his Panzerschreck trying to hunt down this 76. He's aiming it down. First shot into the motor bay. It was a good shot. Gallior is coming with the satchel. They wasted the AP, and I don't know what's happening. The third IRD clan may be a bit. They may be just panicked a bit, so they shoot their round in front of them and try to shoot from the MG as well. Another shot made by the tank, and Gallior, which were trying to run down the 76, has been killed from the right side by Dr. Drew. Natrafil is back, and he's dead. Never mind. Never mind. So actually, all of the guys that were pushing from behind were wiped out, and they're trying to do the same again. So they divide the forces of the Americans to actually on two sides, where one side is trying to push into the islands and the other side is trying to defend the orchards and push the Germans from the front of the orchards. On the right flank, it's the Germans are still holding on the right flank as well. That was a beautiful artillery shot by those two guys. And this is a goodbye. This is a goodbye for the Tiger over here. And some trash talk is happening. Some trash talk is happening in the chat. That reminds me a bit of a battlefields. The old battlefields, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. There was a lot of trash talk even in old Call of Duties. There was a lots of trash talk. So this looked a bit like it, and it's actually looking not good for the Germans, because there are nobody on Les Isles. 3 guys just spawned in, and the Americans have totally open way for the last 17 minutes till the end of the game. The Germans still trying to push from the front of the orchards, but the Americans actually stopped them very effectively. I actually don't know what happened, and this is bombing run made by the Americans. Let's see. It was a very good intention, but thanks to the buildings, the defenders survived this. They survived this bombing run, and that was a beautiful rocket into the Puma. Who is the shooter? It's bot Yuri from Taurus clan. That was a very beautiful rocket that killed the Puma over here. Yeah, the right flank were totally wiped out as well, and this looks very bad for the Germans, because they had nobody onto the defense of Les Isles. 76 is coming into the point, into the hard cap as well, and lots of infantry just pushed into the Les Isles as well. So this is not looking good, not at all. Let's check the map so we can see what's happening. So actually we can see red dots over here, which means the American pushing from here. Even another tank is over here. A bunch of defenders. 2 squads are able. Okay, the J squad actually joined the defensive line as well, and another squad trying to go around. I think right now they should stop with this tactic, because they tried twice and it didn't work. It was a pretty short rocket. Who was the shooter? And it's Turbo QA, and that's another short rocket. Honestly, what the hell? But yeah, honestly, this is looking very bad for the Germans. The defending force on Les Isles being wiped out, the tank in the hard cap. It's actually a very bad situation for the Germans, and even though they're recapping the point right now, that 76 in the point can make a very big difference. Yeah, for now the Germans stop the capping. It's contested right now, which means, and thanks to that 76 inside the point, the Americans start recapping the point. 76 is falling back. Mr. Moose from BSB is trying to run with his cycle onto that 76 over here. Will he manage to do that? It would be actually a pretty big help. It will be a pretty big help for the... Oh shit. Yeah, the 76 stop. Mr. Moose is putting the satchel on. The satchel is on. This can actually this can actually really help the Germans. And actually the driver saw Moose over there, and it looks like the 76 will be gone in no time, and the explosion is right here in 2-1. Yeah, and the 76 gone. Tiger in the field. Greek clan in a Tiger.